What have I done? Hello guys, and welcome back to Car Obsession. Yes, I've bought yet another car, but I have a good reason for it. There's method behind my madness. Now, for those of you that don't know, I work for a German car specialist repair garage. In fact, I'm here, right now. And we had one of our customers who had this car, and it's got a fair amount wrong with it, and he was going to scrap it. I thought, oh hello, I'd quite like that car. I've wanted one of his cars for quite some time. And I got one of my colleagues to speak to him, and he wanted £250 for it. I thought, 250 quid? Yes, it needs a lot of work, but I thought, you know what? I'm willing to take a gamble. So, with a bit of editing trickery, a bit of magic, you will have the car revealed in 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Yes, it is a Mark 1 Seat Leon Cupra R. And this is a car that I've wanted for quite some time. In fact, I was very close to buying one of these when I bought Leo, my Mark II Leon Cupra, which actually is just out of shot. You might be able to see a bit of his lunar grey paintwork. But yes, this is now mine, all taxed and insured. I'm here today to do some work on it, which I will be doing more of a vlog as opposed to actual talking you through what I'm doing, because yeah, this car needs a lot of work and I haven't quite got the time to keep stopping what I'm doing to change the camera angles and to talk through what I'm doing. So at this point you may be asking, well, you're probably screaming at me, Aaron, what is wrong with it? Well, for starters, it won't start. It needs a new fuel pump, which will be my first thing to do. I think it's the offside rear brakes are binding, so it probably needs a new caliper on that side, as well as rear pads and discs. One of the drop links has split, the boot on it split, which is the same thing that happened to Leo, like I say, my Mark II, which is just out of shot. It needs a new CV boot, because that's split and the grease has gone everywhere. Very messy indeed. It's got quite a bad oil leak, but this has got the 1.8T engine, and they are well known for leaking from the rocker cover gasket. So I do have a gasket with me. Whether I'll have time to fit it today, I don't know, because it's not a difficult job, but there's lots you have to remove in order to actually get the rocker cover off, or the cam cover as it's also referred to. It has got a coolant leak, which could potentially be the thermostat, but I do need to do a coolant pressure test, which will be on my list of things to do today. What else? It could do with front tyres. They're on 6mm, which is good, but they're ditch finders, they're budget, so yeah, I'd probably want to get those replaced at some point. I feel like I've missed something. So CV boot, drop link, rear pads and discs, caliper, rocker cover gasket, potentially a thermostat, fuel pump. But yeah, let me take you around the car, because I know at this moment of time, this has been a very static, boring video for you guys to watch. Yeah, there's Leo, just right there. Just realised the rear door isn't closed properly. Come back to that. So yeah, this is now mine. This has the 1.8 litre turbocharged engine, engine code AMK to be pedantic. It has 210 horsepower. In regard to torque and the other bits and bobs, I must admit I don't know that offhand, so I'll have to drop them in as a subtitle. Don't get me wrong, the bodywork has seen better days, and yes, it could do with a very good clean. You may not be able to see it on camera, but this car is very dusty and very grubby. Alloys could do with a refurb. I may do it at some point. So if I zoom you guys in, you'll see that. Let's just get the lighting better. You can see, yeah, the alloys have seen better days, and that pretty much goes for all of them. Again, the alloys, yeah, are pretty shot. I'll just sort out the lighting. There we go. Yeah, overall, it's not in too bad nick. It's done 131,000 miles, so not too bad. Not exactly low mileage, but not exactly high mileage either. Yeah, you do have a few blemishes in the paint, so you've got a bit of a flat spot there, and I think you've got something similar on the other side. The interior is in pretty good nick though. Just dig out one of the keys. One of the keys does work, but it's a bit rubbish. And typically I've pulled out the rubbish key, but I'm close enough for it to open. Again, it could do with it with an inside clean. That matter's very grubby, but the seats, to their credit, are in very good nick. I thought the bolster would be ripped by now, and yeah, you can see it's starting to go, it's starting to fray, but it's in pretty good nick. Take you inside. Now, with this being a pre-facelift, sadly it doesn't get the red centre stripe on the steering wheel, but yeah. Oh, the alarm's going off. There we go. Yeah, got an aftermarket stereo made by Kenwood. We've got the old climate control. Yeah, I thought it is. What's in here? Well, I must admit that glove box is tiny, isn't it? I'm guessing that's off the door mirror, but I thought the door mirrors were intact. Let me investigate. Oh, camera works rubbish. Yeah, that's fine. Come around here. That one's fine as well. So, not too sure where. Oh, hang on. I think it might have been one of the covers for the jacking points, potentially. As you can see, this one has been it's very skillfully taped up. Yeah, just to go back to the tyres I mentioned earlier. These are, if I zoom you in, Sport Life. Oh yeah, premium. But in fairness, on the back I do have some Hankooks. I love the alloys on the Mark 1s. Much prefer them to the Mark 2s, although this is a Cupra and not a Cupra R, of course. Has got a rear wiper delete, which I've never been a big fan of, in all honesty. I don't really see the point. Yes, it makes the car look neater, but you're losing a wiper. The parcel shelf doesn't really go up. It's yeah, you have to do it manually. Fairly good sized boot. Got some spare floor mats, that's handy. And oh, what's this? Oh, is this a new jacking cover? Let's have a look. Apart from it, it's a doesn't say what it is. Sorry, my camera works really shoddy, so I'm trying to. I reckon that's a new jacking point. It just needs to be painted. So, oh, that saves me a bit of money. So, yeah, I would have gone out and bought another one otherwise. But I'm pretty sure that's what that is. It's good. Yeah, I've got some spare floor mats. Not genuine Seat, but hey, satisfying clunk as it goes down. Of course, let me show you the engine bay. That's interesting. The brake rubber's come off. We fixed that previously, so I'm not too sure what's happened there. We've been at the garage. We've been looking after this car for quite some time, which is good because it means I've got a lot of history. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. This car has needed a fair amount of money spent on it throughout the years. I wouldn't go so far to call it a money pit, although the previous owner probably would call it a money pit. Right, I think I'm going to need. Hang on, bear with me. So yes, here we are, the 1.8 litre turbocharged engine. As you may have spotted, it does have a ram air induction kit, which is pretty good. To my knowledge and to the owner's knowledge, that is the only modification this car has. So no remaps or exhausts or anything. Apart from that, this car is standard. Well, I say induction kit, it's not really an induction kit, is it? It's just the air filter, I should say. Yeah, everything else looks to be fairly standard. You may have spotted it looks quite grimy down here, very kind of sludgy. So yeah, I definitely think the rocker cover gasket needs to be replaced. But yeah, to actually get to a point where you can take the rocker cover off, there's a lot that needs to be taken off. It's not, from what I've seen, it's not a difficult job. It's just involved because there's so much that has to be removed in order just to get to the cover itself. But yeah, there we go. Probably throw in a cheeky Forge Motorsport short shift into that bad boy. And there we go. Now normally at this point I'd urge you guys to come up with a name, but I've beaten you guys to it because of course I've already got Leo, my Mark II. So I thought I would call this one Leona. So Leo and Leona, the two Leons. I like it, it's got a nice ring to it. I have seen a plate that I want to put onto it, which is quite funny because the plate is 500 quid, which is double what I paid for the car. But obviously this car's worth more than 250 quid once it's all fixed up. Speaking of which, yes, I've got a lot to do today, so I'm going to kind of conclude things here. Actually, I've not even looked into the back yet. Yeah, again, the back could do with a good valet, couldn't it? It's got a bit of, looks to be pet hair. Yeah, it needs a good clean. So if you're watching this and you are a detailer or a valeter and you'd like to have a bit of a shout out on YouTube, then do get in touch. So yes, here we go. My new to me Mark 1 Seat Leon Cupra R. There will of course be a first drive video coming at some point once it's fixed, and all manner of other things coming as well. I will probably look to modify it a little bit, but not massively. So I may go for a remap and exhaust, lowering springs, but I'm not going to go crazy with it. I say it now, but yeah, I may actually get a full induction kit as well, as opposed to just the air filter. Yeah, so let me know what you think of the car, guys. If you think I've gone completely crazy, then also please do let me know. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If so, be sure to give it a massive like, comment if you want to, subscribe if you haven't done so already. But until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.